Shaptim, or Judges 10 through 12. And after Abimelech, there arose Tola, son of Puah, son of Dodo, a man of Issachar, to save Israel. And he dwelt in Shamor, in the mountains of Ephraim, and he ruled Israel 23 years. Then he died and was buried in Shamor. And after him arose Yair, a Gil'adite, and he ruled Israel 22 years. And he had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys, and they had 30 towns, which are called Hawoth Yair to this day, which are in the land of Gilad. And Yair died and was buried in Kaman. And the children of Israel again did evil in the eyes of Yehovah, and served the Baals and the Ashtoreths and the mighty ones of Aram and the mighty ones of Sidon and the mighty ones of Moab and the mighty ones of the children of Ammon and the mighty ones of the Philistines, and forsook Yehovah and did not serve him. Therefore the displeasure of Yehovah burned against Israel, and he sold them into the hands of the Philistines and into the hands of the children of Ammon, and they crushed and oppressed the children of Israel that year for 18 years, all the children of Israel who were beyond the Jordan in the land of the Ammonites in Gilad. And the children of Ammon passed over the Jordan to fight against Yehudah and against Benjamin and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel had great distress. And the children of Israel cried out to Yehovah, saying, "We have sinned against you, because we've forsaken our Elohim and served the Baals." So Yehovah said to the children of Israel, "Was it not from the Mitzrites and from the Amorites and from the children of Ammon and from the Philistines that I saved you? And that Sidonians and Amalek and Ma'on oppressed you? And you cried out to me, and I saved you from their hand. But you've forsaken me and served other mighty ones. Therefore I do not save you again. Go and cry out to the mighty ones which you've chosen. Let them save you in your time of distress." And the children of Israel said to Yehovah, "We've sinned. Do to us whatever is good in your eyes. Only deliver us today, please." So they put away the foreign mighty ones from their midst and served Yehovah, and his being was grieved with the trouble of Israel. Then the children of Ammon were called together and encamped in Gilad, and the children of Israel gathered together and encamped in Mizpah. And the people, the heads of Gilad, said to each other, "Let the man who is the first to fight against the children of Ammon be head over all the inhabitants of Gilad." Chapter 11. And Yiphtah, the Gil'adite, was a mighty brave one, and he was the son of Ahor, and Gilad brought forth Yiphtah. And the wife of Gilad bore sons, and when his wife's sons grew up, they drove Yiphtah out and said to him, "You shall not have an inheritance in the house of our father, for you're the son of another woman." And Yiphtah fled from his brothers and dwelt in the land of Tob. And worthless men banded together with Yiphtah and went out with him. And it came to be some time later that the children of Ammon fought against Israel. And it came to be when the children of Ammon fought against Israel that the elders of Gilad went to bring Yiphtah out of the land of Tob. And they said to Yiphtah, Come, and you shall be our commander, and let us fight against the children of Ammon. But Yiphtah said to the elders of Gilead, Did you not hate me and drive me from my father's house? Why have you come to me now when you're in trouble? And the elders of Gilead said to Yiphtah, That is the reason we have turned to you, that you shall go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And Yiphtah said to the elders of Gilead, If you take me back home to fight against the children of Ammon, and YHVH gives them to me, am I to be your head? And the elders of Gilead said to Yiphtah, YHVH is witness between us if we do not do according to your words. And Yiphtah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people set him over them as head and commander. And Yiphtah spoke all the words before YHVH in Mitzpah. And Yiphtah sent messengers to the sovereign of the children of Ammon, saying, What is between you and me that you've come to fight against me in my land? And the children of Ammon said to the messengers of Yiphtah, Because Israel took my land when they came up out of Mitzrayim, from the Arnon as far as the Yabok, and to the Yarden. But now, give back those lands in peace. But Yiphtah sent messengers again to the sovereign of the children of Ammon, and said to him, This is what Yiphtah said, Israel did not take the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon, for when they came up from Mitzrayim, and Israel walked through the wilderness as far as the Sea of Reeds and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers to the sovereign of Edom, saying, Please let me pass over through your land. But the sovereigns of Edom would not listen. They also sent to the sovereign of Moab, but he refused, so Israel stayed at Kadesh. Then they went through the wilderness and around the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came to the east side of the land of Moab, and encamped beyond Arnon. But they did not enter the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messengers to Sihon, sovereign of the Amorites, sovereign of Heshbon. And Israel said to them, Please let us pass over through your land into our place. But Sihon did not trust Israel to pass over through his border. And Sihon gathered all his people together, and they encamped in Yahatz and fought against Israel. And YHVH, Elohim of Israel, gave Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they struck them. So Israel took possession of all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that land, and they took possession of all the border of the Amorites, from the Arnon to the Yabok, and from the wilderness of the Yarden. And now YHVH Elohim of Israel has driven out the Amorites from before his people Israel. Should you then possess it? Whatever Chemosh, your mighty one, gives you to possess, do you not possess it? And all that which YHVH, our Elohim, takes possession of before us, we possess. And now, are you any better than Balak, son of Zippor, sovereign of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel? Did he ever fight against them? While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and its villages, and in Ararar and its villages, and in all the cities along the banks of the Arnon for 300 years, why did you not recover them within that time? So, I have not sinned against you, but you are doing me evil by fighting against me. Let YHVH, the judge today between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon. But the sovereign of the children of Ammon did not listen to the words which Yiphtah sent him. And the Spirit of Yehovah came upon Yiphtah, and he passed through Gilad and Manasseh, and passed through Mizpah of Gilad, and from Mizpah of Gilad he passed on towards the children of Ammon. And Yiphtah made a vow to Yehovah and said, if you give me the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall belong to Yehovah, and I shall offer it up as an ascending offering. Yiphtah then passed on toward the children of Ammon to fight against them, and Yehovah gave them into his hands. And he struck them from Aroer as far as Minnith, 20 cities, and to Abel Keramim, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were humbled before the children of Israel. And Yiphtah came to his house at Mizpah, and he saw his daughter coming out to meet him with timbrels and dancing. Now, except for her, he had neither son nor daughter. It came to be when he saw her, he tore his garments and said, "Oh, my daughter, you've brought me very low, and you are among those who trouble me, and I've given my word to Yehovah, and I'm unable to turn back." And she said to him, "My father, if you've given your word to Yehovah, do to me according to what has gone out of your mouth, because Yehovah has taken vengeance for you upon your enemies, the children of Ammon." And she said to her father, "Let this be done for me. Let me alone for 2 moons, and let me go and wander on the mountains and bewail my maidenhood, my friends and I." Then he said, "Go." And he sent her away for 2 moons, and she went with her friends and bewailed her maidenhood on the mountains. And it came to be at the end of 2 new moons that she returned to her father, and he did to her as he had vowed. And she knew no man, and it became a statute in Israel that the daughters of Israel went every year for 4 days to lament the daughter of Yiphtah, the Gil'adite. Chapter 12. And the men of Ephraim gathered together and passed over toward Zaphon, and said to Yiphtah, "Why did you pass over to fight against the children of Ammon and did not call us to go with you? We're going to burn your house over you with fire." And Yiphtah said to them, "My people and I were in a great struggle with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, you did not save me out of their hands. And I saw that you would not save me. Then I took my life in my own hands, and I went over against the children of Ammon. And Yehovah gave them into my hand. And why have you come up to me today to fight against me?" Yiphtah then gathered together all the men of Gilad and fought against Ephraim. And the men of Gilad struck Ephraim, because they had said, "You Giladites are fugitives of Ephraim, in the midst of Ephraim, in the midst of Manasseh." And Gilad captured the fords of the Yarden that faced Ephraim. And it came to be when the fugitives from Ephraim said, "Let me pass over," the men of Gilad said to them, "You are an Ephraimite." If he said no, then they would say to him, "Please say Shibboleth." And he would say Sibboleth, for he was unable to pronounce it right. Then they seized him and slew him at the fords of the Yarden. And at that time there fell 42,000 Ephraimites. And Yiphtah ruled Israel 6 years, and Yiphtah the Gil'adite died and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after him, Yiphtah of Bethlehem ruled Israel. And he came to have 30 sons and 30 daughters. He sent abroad and brought in 30 daughters for his sons, and he ruled Israel 7 years. And Yiphtah died and was buried at Bethlehem. And after him, Elon, the Zebulunite, ruled Israel. And he ruled Israel 10 years. And Elon, the Zebulunite, died and was buried at Elon in the land of Zebulun. And after him, Abdon, son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, ruled Israel. And he had 40 sons and 30 grandsons who rode on 70 young donkeys. And he ruled Israel 8 years. And Abdon, son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, died and was buried in Parathon, in the land of Ephraim, in the mountains of the Amalekites.